Alright, we should be live, I think. Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of H-Bit Gaming. Short for History Bit Gaming. It's where we go through and play a bunch of retro game systems, starting from the Atari, moving our way all the way up through to the more modern stuff to basically experience what old school gaming was really about and where we've come from and how we've gotten to the point where we are with virtual reality and things like that. So today's episode is going to be focused on the Sony Playstation, which, as I mentioned in the last video, yesterday's Super Nintendo video, this was actually originally... I am playing on a PlayStation 2 because I do not have an original PlayStation to be able to play these games on. But we're only going to be looking at the original PlayStation games. Because luckily enough, the PlayStation 2 was indeed backwards compatible. Something that I feel like gaming companies should go more towards again. I don't think it, especially with technology these days, I don't think it would be that difficult to ask for backwards compatibility. But that's besides the point. We're starting off with Resident Evil 2, and yeah, originally the Sony PlayStation started its life cycle in development as nothing more than an add-on for the Super Famicom. Kind of like a Sega CD style expansion that never quite made it out of that stage. I do think they had a few working prototypes, but Nintendo and Sony kind of fell out of favor with each other because of revenue sharing issues between them for what they would basically be, whatever income would come from the add-on system. And because of that, Nintendo ended up trying to partner with Philips instead, which brought around the Philips CDI, because that deal also fell through.
The outskirts of an American
I think that might be a little loud. I don't know. If it is, let me know. I can adjust the volume.
Had been caused by the T virus.
The T virus.
A mutagenic toxin created by the International Enterprise Umbrella Incorporated
so
for use in bioweapon experiments.
After that initial deal fell through, we don't care about cinematics right now. I mean, it's cool that, okay, we kind of care about cinematics, but I can't really think when that's blaring in my ears. So, I'm going to take my headphones off and get through this story real quick. After Nintendo and Sony basically went their separate ways, Ken Kutaragi, who is called by some the father of the PlayStation, tried to partner with Sega at first and release what they had that way. But when Sega turned them down, Sony decided to just go ahead and jump right into the game console market themselves. And now we have the PS4, so I think they did pretty well for themselves. Oh no, zombies.
Man, what a mess. What could have done this?
So this was a huge jump forward for gaming.
What are these things?
In that...
All right, that's far enough. Don't move. Don't move.
Oh no, it's gonna grab his leg.
No! What's up with that guy? That was a
Pretty decent graphics for the time, definitely. Especially jumping from the Super Nintendo to this. Like by today's standards?
Wait! Don't shoot!
a little janky, but...
We can't stay out here. Head to the police station. It'll be a lot safer.
So yeah, this was, like I said, a huge jump forward in gaming, because even with the Super Nintendo, even though it could technically do some pseudo 3D graphics and at least like 2.5D,
what's going on?
and there were some games that had some minor cinematics in the 2D kind of format.
You're a cop, right?
This was, I think, one of, if not the first system. I think the Sega Saturn did come out first, by a few months.
Claire Redfield. I came to find my brother, Chris.
Because this was released in 94? December of 94? I want to say, in Japan at least. And 95 in North America.
Sure.
The Sega Saturn, I think, came out November or September of 94. Oh no! The hidden zombie in the back seat!
You okay?
Still in one piece.
That maniac's gonna ram us!
I got incredibly sucked into this intro cinematic.
Claire!
Not gonna lie.
I'm okay. Head to the station. I'll meet you there.
Okay.
So, one thing that I will say about Sony PlayStation games, and I think even PlayStation 2 games to a certain extent, not as much, but there is a huge difference between the quality of the cutscenes and the actual in-game gameplay. Did I pick up anything over here? No. Oh, come on. Just gotta juke them out and run past them. I don't think I have much. Okay, that's my inventory. I have 18 bullets and I have a knife. So it still looks really good because, if I remember correctly, aside from the Sega Saturn, this was one of the first consoles to really make that leap forward from 2D and 2.5D graphics to full-on 3D polygonal graphic-based games. And I feel like they really, really wanted to take advantage of that to show off that so they could compete with Nintendo and Sega to kind of put them both in their place. And it worked because this was the first console to actually end up selling, I think, both 100 million units as well as get to the 120 million unit mark. I'm not completely sure on that, but I'm 90% sure that that's the case. And another fun fact, because it is November 16th right now, Sony Computer Entertainment Incorporated was actually founded today, back in 1993. So it's kind of an anniversary thing. I did not plan that, but I'm glad that that worked out the way it did. Alright, I'm gonna equip my knife, see if I can use that. I've got a lighter that I'm assuming is for lighting up places, making it visible. I don't have a map or a file, and I can't... oh wait, hold on. I'm getting used to the control scheme again because it is completely different from the Nintendo controller control scheme. Alright, I think that's basically it. But yeah, this was a direct competitor to both the Sega Saturn and the Nintendo 64 when it came out. That zombie's still on fire. Those fire graphics are actually pretty impressive for a game from this time period. Get off of me, zombie. How do I... okay, there we go. Might be smarter to just run for it. like, they definitely had to be a lot more clever with the way they used their assets, and they used the file size and the code space that they were given and they had to work with. But hold on, sorry, I'm adjusting my TV so I can see a little bit better. But one advantage that the PlayStation had, and other... Hi there! That's a nice shotgun you've got.
What are you doing here?
Can I have it?
Hold your fire! I'm a human!
Sorry about that.
Some of the timing in the cutscenes, you can definitely tell this was
you were one of them.
an earlier
What's going on in this
attempt
town?
at
Hold on.
bringing games
I
into
don't have a
the
clue.
fully fledged,
By
like,
the time I noticed
artistic,
something was wrong,
like,
the entire
aspect of
city
things.
was infested with zombies.
But, so, there's a definite advantage that the PlayStation, as well as
Should be safe inside here. I'm keeping a close eye on things.
any other CD-based systems had over cartridge-based systems, which Nintendo still continued to rock until the GameCube, was the extra storage space they had available to them on the CDs that allowed for the not only higher quality audio and like fully voice-acted things, which was pretty much unheard of. Even in a lot of Nintendo 64 games, it was still text-based with minor voice acting just because of space restrictions. But it also allowed for a lot better graphical fidelity and like higher polygon counts and things like that. The case is broken, nothing useful inside. Okay, yeah, figured. Probably not going to be able to get to quite as many games tonight, just because of how much more in-depth they are and how much more cinematic they are compared to older systems. But I will do my best to have a good mixture of games that don't have like storylines, so I can get through a few just random rough and tumble ones. Okay, yeah, I'll take those handgun bullets. Why would I not take the handgun bullets? More useless trinkets. Paper dated September 18th. Looks irrelevant. Zombies! Oh no. Our friend. Oh yeah, another thing about Sony compared to Nintendo at the time, especially, was Nintendo had this whole family-friendly thing going for them, so they didn't really have quite as many adult-oriented and mature content games. They had some of them, but they weren't nearly as into that kind of stuff, especially back in like the early days. And I'd argue again now, like they've gone more towards that with the Wii U era and the, oh hey, no, get off my foot, get off my leg. I just stomped on his head. Get off of me. I can't, no, oh my god, the controls. I'm not used to these tank controls anymore. Trying to aim for the head, but I keep like aiming up at the ceiling instead. And I think that's what's really messing with me. Would you just die already, please? Thank you. Okay. Well, I don't think there's an easy reload button, so I actually have to combine things in the inventory. I used 18 bullets, and I am now left with 15. Good. And I need health badly. But hopefully that allows me to get a shotgun. Yeah, it does. Of course I will. Rest in peace, buddy. I hardly knew ya. You said you had it covered, and I believed you. That's the last time I'm ever gonna trust anybody. Ever again. Alright, let's get these handgun bullets. Case is broken, nothing useful inside. It looks like more bullets down there, though, but apparently not the type that I can take. Nothing useful. Alright. I don't know if I really have a whole lot more Sony trivia, because I gotta be honest, I was always a Nintendo kid growing up. So I never really got like any of the Sony or Sega systems until later on in my life. I think the first real system that I got that wasn't a Nintendo was the Xbox, actually. So I'm not entirely sure of as much about the Sega-based ones or the Sony-based things. Alright. There's something in there that I'm sure I want, but I can't quite make out what it is. Oh, hi. Oh, there's a lot of you. How much damage does this do? Oh, get off me, get off me. Stomp on his head. Yeah, there we go. I'm still in caution condition, so it's not quite that bad yet. Oh, right, you can't move backwards when you're... I don't like that. Let's just back up slowly. Okay, here we go. Hey, that worked out. Oh, kill him. Kill him while he's down. Get him. No, get off me. Oh, yeah, tank controls at their best. I forget exactly when this... Oh, I'm almost dead. Yeah, I'm dead. I forgot how graphics the death scenes were on some of these older ones, too. Well, rest in peace. I guess that's a sign that I should move on to the next game, because I didn't even save, I don't think. So, yeah. Let's see. I guess we'll jump into... where is it? Dino Crisis? That's pretty close to Resident Evil, just with dinosaurs, I think. So yeah, let's jump into that one real quick, and then I'll do a selection of random non-story driven games. I have a few fighting games, I have some racing games, I have some sports-based games, and whatnot. So, in the essence of time, we can move on to some of those. So now, I can just hit reset and it should work. Yeah, the one downside to the disc-based systems is that it took a little bit longer to swap stuff out than with the cartridge base, where you can just literally pull it out and shove it back in. It's not a huge difference, but that and also the load times. The cartridges had that going for them. They had such faster load times than... I know some of the PlayStation 1 games had pretty bad load times, and a decent amount of the PlayStation 2 games did too, but I think that's because the PlayStation 2 had even higher quality graphics. So, and the data storage had increased, but the rate at which the laser could read the extra data hadn't increased as linearly. So there were... especially on the older versions of the PlayStation 2 and like the older laser-based systems, there was some pretty bad load times.
Facility. Agent name Tom.
Oh, Agent Tom, huh?
I've successfully infiltrated under the guise of a researcher as planned.
Okay.
I've encountered no information regarding top-secret development of new type weapons.
Oh no.
But I have discovered there is an unexpected individual at this facility.
Unexpected.
The man is Dr. Kirk, the leading authority of our nation's energy research. Dr. Kirk was alleged to have died in an accident during the course of an experiment 3 years ago.
Oh.
The reports were premature.
That's
It appears
fishy.
that he is currently working as the head of a non-weapon project at this facility. The experiment is in the late stages of development. Regarding the staged accidental death, it appears that this country is somehow involved, recommending that necessary actions be taken immediately.
Refer to the data on Dr. Kirk.
Dr. Kirk proposes the ultimate source of clean energy. What are you gonna create dinosaurs and turn them into fossils so you can get oil out of them and natural gas and stuff? Is that actually what's gonna happen? Deceased following an accident during an experiment. So that's the only thing I can think of that relates to both energy and dinosaurs is like fossil fuels. Oh, we gotta repatriate Dr. Kirk swiftly. So I will say, so far the games have had... These two games have had pretty good 3D graphics, even compared to like older PC games, which I guess makes sense. Because it is basically a computer-based gaming system. Like, is marketed as such.
Sorry I'm late. It's time. Let's move out.
In case you guys didn't know, PlayStation could also play audio CDs and certain versions. I think mostly Japanese versions could actually play. I don't know if actually DVDs, but they could play video CDs. I don't know if it was until the PlayStation 2 that they moved on to actual DVD technology. But, oh man. Is a Velociraptor gonna come out of nowhere and... Oh, maybe not a Velociraptor, maybe a T-Rex. Oh, it certainly looks like a T-Rex to me. Oh no! Oh. That's gotta hurt. And from those graphics to the in-game generated
First checkpoint.
graphics.
Officially over, kiddies. Something's wrong.
Oh man. Wow, that's such a drop in graphical quality. That's what I was talking about with the last game. It wasn't quite as noticeable in Resident Evil 2, but yeah, it went from being like, wow, these are pretty impressive, to like, yeah, I mean, it's impressive compared to N64 graphics, like GoldenEye, where they're basically just have giant blocks for heads, but, oh man, those polygon counts could not be lower. But I mean, can't really expect too much out of in-game engine-generated stuff. Especially because they didn't have quite the same technical power, like the technical horsepower to do what they do now.
I'll contact you as soon as I've cleared the room.
Like in Red Dead Redemption 2, oh my god, that game looks pretty. Like, my friend has it, because I don't have an Xbox One. He does. And he has the game.
This is some of your handiwork, right?
And I was watching him play it, and I was...
These guards were shooting at something very recently.
If I didn't know,
So who were they
at least the backgrounds and the stuff like that, I could be fooled into thinking it was actual, like, video footage.
Whatever they were shooting at came in through there.
It is
ripped right through the steel fence.
ridiculous.
Well, the hole is nice and clean. But I still say you could have done this.
Very funny. We still need to figure out what happened here. Continue to sweep the area.
Yeah, I'll sweep the area. Gotta go find me a broom. Wait a minute. There was something floating over here. I'm assuming this is ammo? Oh. It's behind a gate. Does not look like it from there. But it is. I heard something. So yeah, same tank controls as like the Resident Evil games. Basement 1. Backup generator key. Okay, I need that. Map. Same kind of aim. So, oh wait a minute. Oh, I can't. Okay, nope. So, another thing about the PlayStation 1 is I'm 90% sure that the original controllers for it only had a diagonal pad, like a normal diagonal. I don't think that's the right word. The normal D-pad, yeah, it is diagonal pad. Analog pad. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Oh, there we go. Backup generator area key. Cool. And I have healing items. I have a hemostat. Stops bleeding, but won't recover your health. And a med pack that completely recovers health. If a medium med kit completely recovers my health, what does a large one do? Weird. Anyways, so the original Sony PlayStation controllers, I'm pretty sure only had the analog pad, like, and not the actual, like, joysticks or the analog sticks.
Rick can handle the inside of the facility on his own.
Okay. Didn't know I wasn't supposed to go there. But later on, after the Nintendo 64 and other consoles began using their control sticks and everything, it became more mainstream, and they started making PlayStation 1 controllers that also had those included, like the PlayStation 2 controllers do.
I'm on it.
But with a lot of the earlier PlayStation 1 games, it was kind of pointless because you could still only use the normal pad for moving around. You can't use the sticks. It won't even register it because they didn't really have them programmed to at the time. Some of the later PlayStation 1 games, I believe, did take advantage of it. Otherwise, they wouldn't start making the controllers that had them. But, yeah, so fun fact, I guess. Let's see, where am I supposed to go? Oh, right, I gotta go here. I have it, though. Oh, not the pause menu. There we go. Parabellum. Do I not have... Did he take my key? While I was talking and not paying attention? Is that what happened? Where am I supposed to go, if so? In here? I don't know. That's what happens when I talk to myself and try to remember trivia instead of... Oh. There's gotta be a way to get up there. Yeah, I'll take the resuscitation. Return to life with your health fully restored. Nice. Got a maximum of 2. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of hard to talk and try to remember trivia and come up with facts like that while also paying attention to what people are trying to say to me in game. I don't need to go inside. Oh, wait. Oh, I just gotta continue going through. Okay. At least I got the resuscitation for backtracking a little bit. That one's locked. Passageway to the backup generator. So this game is from when? This was released in 1999? This was a later game too, actually. Resident Evil 2 was 97. Huh. It's kind of odd to me that it doesn't take advantage of the DualShock sticks or anything like that. I'm pretty sure they continued making original PlayStation games up through like 2006 though too.
This guy's been eviscerated. Something tore his intestines straight out.
Wow, yeah.
Look at those tooth marks. It had to be some sort of animal.
Okay, let's move on.
So a lot of early video game cutscene dialogue and things like that was kind of hit and miss as well. That's still kind of an issue today as well, but the early cutscene like the acting and the dialogue and the voice acting in a lot of these older games is just, some of it was pretty good. Other games, like the biggest one is Resident Evil, the first one. There's a lot of really solid gems in there. But even in PlayStation 2 era,
you go inside and take a look around.
Oh, what was that game? Michigan Report from Hell or something like that? That, oh man, that game has... it's not quite The Room. If you guys have seen The Room, it's not quite that bad, but it's pretty close. It gives it a run for its money, especially at very specific points in the game. Battery charger. If I set the battery here, I can charge it. Like, this was still the era where gaming began to want to be taken more seriously as an art form and become more cinematic and give movies a run for their money, but they didn't quite have the resources or practice to do it yet. 3 buttons. Which button will you press? I guess this... right? Which button will you press? None, because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I gotta make sure it's red, blue, green, white. There we go. Now I know what I'm doing. Red, blue, green, white. Ta-da! There's a switch. Will you press it? I will. That was a nice, easy little puzzle. Okay. Got the generator up and running. Sounds like somebody met a friend. I'm coming to help. Even though it's probably way too late. Hello? I can actually move while aiming now. Hey, look at that. What is this? It's a dinosaur! What do you mean, what is this? I mean, yes, it's shocking, but it's right in front of you. How do you not know what that is? They may have used this as some sort of backup power. They are empty. Oh, no. Ow! Ow! You jerk! You just slapped me with your tail! I thought you were dead! You faked me out! You played possum! What the hell? I have 3 bullets left. Good. That's great. I really need ammo. I can't really see anything. It is super dark. Hopefully it's not ridiculously dark for you guys. I think I have the settings so that it'll be pretty decently balanced, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it comes out later. Oh yeah, so another thing I forgot to mention is, as usual, down in the description, there is a survey available for next week's episode on Friday. Next Friday, around the same time, 5 to 6 to 7-ish p.m. Eastern time. We'll be going live with... Well, I'll be going live. Maybe we'll, depending on how that works out. But, yeah. I'll be going live with our Nintendo 64 episode. So there's a survey in the description that you should make sure to check out, and if you have any specific games you want to see me play on the Nintendo 64, I have a whole list of the ones I already have, as well as a section that you can request games that I may not.
Control system back online. What's the situation over there?
Death and destruction.
I lost him.
I lost it.
So what's the bad news? Did you run into some guards?
You're not gonna believe this. He was attacked by some kind of dinosaur.
That's a good one. So, who was it? Arnie?
This isn't a joke, you idiot. We were just attacked by a big-ass lizard.
For real?
They're not lizards, though. Though I think at the time they still thought they were. I don't know if they had... Well, actually, 1999... Well, I think it was in the general cultural consciousness that dinosaurs were lizards. But I don't know if the science was already there to be like, yes, no, they're actually related to birds and all that fun stuff that we now know. But, yeah. So, survey in the description. Recommend any games you want. Vote for whatever games I already have. The poll is open until this next Wednesday. What is that? That's the 21st? Wednesday the 21st at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. You have until then to... I don't need to go this way. I don't know why I did. Is there a way to turn, like, is there a quick turn button? I don't think there is. Oh, wait, there we go. Okay. That's cool. Yeah. You have until 10 p.m. Eastern Time next Wednesday, the 21st, to give your input on what games you want to see for the Nintendo 64. And, I've got a pretty good collection of them. And I'm always willing to pick more up if it is enough of a request. I only have 3 bullets left. This is not going to end well for me. It's locked. Hello? Mr. Dinosaur. There's a ventilation opening. I believe that I can reach it by climbing. Do you want to climb to the ventilation opening? I guess. I don't think there's anything else down here, seeing as there's lasers directly in front of me. I skipped through some of that text. Okay. Power distribution of the facility. Alright, that's all I missed. That's not bad. Do I have the key? No, I don't. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I couldn't get into that other area. I could climb down that one, but I think there's another one over here as well. Yeah, sure. Let's go down this one first. Why are there just ropes dangling? I guess maybe it's a grappling hook that I have or something. Management office. Ooh, what is this? I got the shotgun. Nice. I don't have any ammo for it yet, but I'm sure I'm gonna find some soon. Not yet. I got the DDK input disc H. Click with code, or the code disc with the same mark and set both parts into the door. Okay. Something seems to be inside the cardboard box. I got the plug. Okay. I'm guessing I need to figure out... Oh, I can save up to this point? I don't need to, honestly. Because I'm just gonna switch to a different game once I... Hi there. Yep, I'm dead. Do I really get hurt just from... Ow. Oh, God. What? How did you get hurt? What? I guess he ran into the, like, through me and into the lasers, but... Oh, they can bang on the door? Oh. Interesting. Okay, you can carry more than 2, medium... or med packs mediums. But they only stack up to 2. Tranquilizer dart. For something, presumably. I don't have a gun that can use that, though. Alright, time to face the music. I should probably move on to another game anyway. I think I've showcased enough of this game, so... Ow! I did not realize they could actually... Huh. I did not realize they could make you drop your weapons like that. Hi. Eat me. I wanna or knock yourself down. That's cool too. Surprised they didn't give me any melee weapons. Like, I understand, yeah, it's supposed to use the gun, and a melee weapon might not be very efficient against a dinosaur. But it would be nice to at least have something I could fight back with, even if it's a lost cause. Oh, wow, they really toned down the violence compared to... Oh, because I used the resuscitating medicine. Also, why were there 2 dinosaurs there? I'm curious if there's actually... if it's still, like, super violent like Resident Evil 2 was after you die. Kind of like with, Oh, jeez. So she'll automatically shake off the dinosaur after enough time if you don't put any inputs into the control. Weird. Alright, let's see if it's as violent as Resident Evil 2 was now that I'm actually dead. Nope, he just roars instead. That's kind of disappointing. I mean, I don't need gore in my games, but like if it's about dinosaurs and I die, especially if it's a survival horror like in the same vein as Resident Evil, I want at least as much as a game that came out 3 years before. Okay, let's move on to, let's choose a random game. I did want to check out Syphon Filter at some point. But I think next I'm going to jump into Thunder Strike 2, which apparently is named something else as well. I forget exactly what, but I will check that in a second after I put this disc in and hit the reset button. So unfortunately I also have a setup that's not very conducive to swapping out games on the fly. The PlayStation 2 is behind my TV because of the way my desk is set up, and I have to get up and walk around or reach over. I guess that would work too, but I'll do Syphon Filter next. I'm pretty sure that's decently heavy on the dialogue and the exposition and stuff though too. Right, Thunder Strike 2. That's what I wanted to check out. So, yeah, apparently everywhere else, aside from North America, this game is known as Firestorm Thunderhawk 2. I don't understand why they changed it to Thunder Strike 2 for North America. This came out in 1995, and it's a combat flight simulator. Okay. Sequel to Thunderhawk. Was the original Thunderhawk also called Thunder Strike in North America? Is that why they changed it? Does Thunder Strike 1 exist? I don't think Thunder Strike 1 actually exists. Let's look into Thunderhawk. Why? Even back then, they didn't have proper naming conventions for their games. Thunderhawk video game, here we go. Okay, it was called the AH3 Thunder Strike in North America. So it does make a little bit more sense. I think this disc is slightly scratched up, which might explain some of the lagginess. And like the weirdness in the music. I think that might just be it reading through the scratches, but can also probably hear the PlayStation 2 fan going in the background. I feel like that's probably getting picked up by the microphone. Are you gonna load? Please don't tell me you're so scratched you're not even gonna work. Baby. Why you gotta do this to me? Come on, baby. Come on. Oh no. Well, we got a cutscene out of it at least. Okay, on to Syphon Filter. Syphon. I don't know how you pronounce it. I think it's Syphon Filter, but I could be wrong. Leave in the comments if I am. I don't even care. Correct me if you will. Okay. Well, that's disappointing. Oh well. Alright. I guess I have to reset this again. Okay. Well. So much for Thunderstrike 2. There we go. So one thing that is pretty interesting about PlayStation is that their discs are all have, well, I think all of them. I'm not sure if there's any that don't, but pretty much all of the PlayStation 1 discs have this very particular black, like all black
now I will show you how I deal with informers.
The underside of the disc.
Finish him.
With pleasure.
Which, as far as I know, doesn't have any actual purpose. I think it's just to make the discs look cooler. Some people have kind of claimed that it was because of copyright protection or other various things like that, but no, I'm pretty sure there's legitimately no purpose to the coloration of the discs.
Executed. Leon, you find anything?
Wow.
The place is torched. I don't know what they were growing.
Look at how flat their faces are.
Romer knew we were coming.
So what's our next move?
Oh god, that's creepy.
Watch for the next viral outbreak. We won't have to wait long.
Those are cutting edge graphics at the time, man.
Logan's report was clear
Cutting
enough.
edge.
I want 2 additional teams assigned to
It's
this.
ironic, because the lack of any sort of edge. 2,000.
Logan is my best agent. What do you want to do?
Nothing. We will wait. We will wait and see what he can discover.
After Dino Crisis. That's kind of loud.
Our WHO contact was correct.
I think we're still fine.
Everyone within 100 miles is dead.
Not everyone. This man is still alive.
How is that possible?
Text message because
It's
someone
not.
loves me. Nope. Okay. Right. There's even a training video. How do I tell which one I've chosen? There seems to be no way of figuring out which one I've chosen. Okay, it does begin glowing slightly more. It just takes a while. There's a little bit of lag before the glow itself transfers from one to the other. Our FBI informant has pinpointed the terrorist viral attack in the DC subway system. Our contacts in U.S. Defense and Interpol confirm the identities of the terrorists. We will drop you in after CBDC, U.S. Army Chemical and Biological Defense Command operations begin. Your targets are Romer, Kravich, Aramov, and Girdo. SATCOM has intercepted coded microwave traffic. Romer must have an uplink station in the area. Assist CBDC if needed. Avoid collateral casualties if possible. Check your objectives on site for more information. So I'm not gonna lie, it's actually a little bit easier for me to read the text by looking at my computer screen as opposed to the actual TV screen, because the TV screen feed is running the game.
When does the operation begin?
Our
off
intelligence
of
within the
composite
FBI was
cables?
not clear, but Romer's men are
Whereas-
already inside the subway.
Is it the same virus?
Yes.
The feed that's
enough
going
to
into my
eliminate everyone
computer
within
is
100 miles or more.
running on S video.
Procedure?
Standard
So it's
intercept
a
and eliminate.
slightly
These
higher
are from our
graphical
contact
quality.
inside Interpol. Jenkins' team is already on search and defuse.
Not quite as
You
much
are the trigger.
I
noise.
recognize Anton Gerdu and Mara Aramov. Who's the other one?
Pavel Krevich, Romer's communications expert.
Unfortunately,
when you eliminate him, you'll also have to
the
destroy his
composite
comm
cables
uplink.
I have for my
You'll be
PlayStation
dropped
2
into the strike zone when the firefight
will
begins. You have
show
an hour
the
to find your targets and take them out.
image
Do
on
the
my
locals
TV,
know what
but
they're
it
dealing
won't.
with?
It'll freeze
No.
on like the startup PlayStation menu once the game starts, and it won't show anything aside from that with the software that I have for streaming. So
Copy. I'm on my way.
otherwise, I'd try to capture it in that. Okay, start to see objectives. Eliminate Kravich and destroy comm array. Eliminate Romer. I've got silenced 9mm pistol, sniper rifle, a taser, and a flashlight. How do I change my weapons? Oh, that's how you roll. Okay. How do I change my weapons? Okay, that's how I go into first person. Wow, that's weird. Triangle is reload. That's odd. Okay. Got me a weapon. Okay, select? Really? Select's how you change your weapons? I don't understand that. That's very odd. Okay, that's how you strafe. Left and L and R2 on the shoulder buttons are strafe. L1 is aim. L2 is lock on the target. I'm gonna tase somebody. It is super dark down here.
Leon, Romer's men have locked down the subway entrance security gates.
You'll have to find the bypass switch. See if you can find a service elevator.
That position of his leg looks really uncomfortable. My armor is going down. I still have a decent amount, but how do I zoom in? How do I zoom in? Oh. Where are you? Oh, you're behind me. Good. Come here. What? Okay. Apparently you can just straight up set people on fire with a taser. Not gonna lie, that's kind of amazing. The running has this weird weight to it, where as you turn, you kind of... Your character actually leans to the left or the right, depending on which way you're turning. That's actually kind of cool. It's a nice attention to detail. Why would you use anything but the taser? Why? I'm guessing the green bar fills up as they get closer to death? You'd assume the life bar would go down. It's very counterintuitive. As far as I know, this has unlimited ammo as well. So... just literally can just run through the levels tasing everybody to death. Alright, where am I supposed to be going? That's the wrong button. Start is actually the menu now, instead of just being paused like in the other ones. Turn off power to terminal security doors. Okay. Ooh. How do I get it? How do I get it? How do I pick it up? I don't understand. I want it. I want the flak jacket. Why will you not let me pick it up? Oh. There we go. It's the same button as reload. Which I guess kind of makes sense, but,
CBDC has an agent pinned down at your location. They're requesting cover fire.
There's a guy standing right behind me. Oh no! My hubris was too much. I set myself on fire.
I've got an ID match for Romer on level 1. Your dude is on level 2. No location yet for Kravitch, and I don't see any sign of air moth.
Copy. I'm on my way.
Alright. On that note, honest, guy just T-posed. Just Jesus posed in, but after jumping over that wall. Alright, on that note, as fun as this game is, I think, in the effort of trying to cover as many games as I can, in as limited of a time as I can, let's move to something else real quick. So, oh boy, this should be an interesting one. This next game is gonna be one that I don't spend all that much time with before moving on. But I picked it up at Goodwill for like $1. So I can't really complain too much if it's bad. I guess I gotta hit the reset button. Let it load up. Let's see, what else do I have after this one? Twisted Metal 4. I do have some of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. Tekken 2 I should probably check out as well. Alright. Now we're gonna move on to, if it loads. Oh boy. I've never actually played this one. For all I know, it could be great. But my hopes are not high. The hell is that? And why does it exist? Why is it not loaded? There it is. You missed the intro section of that, but my god, that thing is creepy. You really weren't missing much. Also, the audio for this game seems a lot louder. I don't know why.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh god, that audio compression too. Why?
Come on, Sarah. It'll be a lot of fun.
Oh god.
Oh, all right, I'll go.
What have I done?
Hey, let's go.
What have I unleashed upon the world?
Yep.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm not gonna play too much of this, but I saw it, and I'm like, for $1, I need to know. Yeah, okay.
Reading memory card.
Why?
Land Before Time, Great Valley
Why are
Racing
you so
Adventure.
loud?
Option.
Oh no. You'll go down. You go down to a tolerable level. Thank you very much.
Land Before Time, Great Valley Racing Adventure.
Hey.
Land Before Time, Great Difficulty.
Wait a minute.
Land Before Time, Land Before Time, Land Before Time, Difficulty. Take an obstacle course. Land Before Time, Great Valley Difficulty.
That's
Take an obstacle course.
straight to hard. Points to qualify and time to qualify. I guess we'll start out with the tree start. Dash. Oh, Spike, what have they done to you? Spike, why? Sure, I'll be Ducky. Why not? I think Ducky was always my favorite character in this TV show. This movie, anyway.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh no. Oh, I see. So it's like a reverse Crash Bandicoot that's a reverse and worse Crash Bandicoot. Let's just leave it at that. You just go through and try to grab as many butterflies or tree stars, I guess, as you can, while avoiding obstacles and mud. I mean, okay. I'll say this. It's not horrible. Oh, okay. Come on. It's not very good. But it's not horrible. It controls alright. It's just very obviously geared towards children and not as fun as a lot of other games. Do the fish even hurt you? Are any of these obstacles even really worth avoiding? I mean, I know the mud slows you down, but... the mud and the water slow you down. Those make you fall backwards. I don't think the fish do, though. I don't think my score qualified. My time, maybe. Nice run. Try again. Yeah.
Obstacle course.
This is definitely aimed towards younger children.
Pick a runner.
All right, I'm gonna give it one more level. Maybe it'll surprise me. I guess I should also try out a racetrack as well, because it is the Great Valley Racing Adventure, not the obstacle course adventure. So maybe the races are better. Would I have, if I fell there, would I have died? Oh no, it's just oil. It's just a tar pit. Yeah, there doesn't really seem to be much aside from changing which way you're going and jumping. That's literally everything. Those are all of the components of this game. I was hoping maybe there'd be like double jumps or something, but I'm guessing I can fall down if I were to run too far to the right there, but I'm missing so many. Okay, do these different colors have any sort of difference in points? Yellows seem to be worth 200. Yeah, okay. Red are worth 300. Green are worth 100. I don't think... Would you stop, please? Thank you. I don't think the turtles actually do anything to you. I think it's just the logs that you really gotta watch out for. So I'm pretty sure I ran full tilt into a turtle and it just went right through him. How on earth? Are you supposed to get any sort of enjoyment out of this?
Land Before Time, Great Valley Racing Adventure. Pick a racetrack.
Pick a racetrack. I'm sorry. Pick a racetrack. It's a little more echoey and... Alright, whatever. Let's go to the Zigzag Rock? Windy Ridge? I don't know, whatever. Craggy Cave. Sure. So far, I haven't seen any difference in terms of the different characters either. Like, there's no difference in speed, there's no difference in control.
Ready, set, go! Ducky takes the lead.
Ducky, you get back. No! Get back here, Ducky. Wow, okay, Duck. Oh my god. This game. Why is this so bad? Ducky, come back! Okay, so my main complaint with it is I didn't realize this until just now, but you can press up on the D-pad to go forward faster. The problem with that is if you want to continue going fast, you have to continue pressing it. And the problem with that is you can't use the analog stick. So, that means you gotta use the D-pad to try to also move left and right while speeding up. And it doesn't work because of how the PlayStation, at least how the PlayStation 2 D-pad is set up. It's very hard to press left or right at the same time as up. At least I know that there's an additional control now. Hi, Ducky.
I take the lead.
Bye, Ducky. You just gotta hop everywhere. Alright, so there's... I'm kind of surprised there wasn't more like computers in the race. It's only like two-player versus. So like unlike Mario Kart or other better racing games, you're literally only racing against one other person. I kind of expected all 4 dinosaurs to be racing at the same time. In any case, I got first place, and that's enough for me to say that I'm never playing this game again. Unless I play it with my nieces and nephews at some point. But I probably wouldn't even want to subject them to this. Alright, so, with that being said, let's move on, I guess, to another racing game, which I also have never played, and I'm not entirely sure of how good it's going to be. But this was another purchase from the Goodwill nearby. Gonna have to re-alphabetize all my games after this stream too. That's gonna be fun. Okay. The world's scariest police chases. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's based off of a TV show. So I was curious. I feel like most movie or TV show franchise games end up not being very good. The same way a lot of, for some reason, they don't really play very nice together.
Nature of this game, player discretion is advised.
Every once in a while you'll get a good one, but for the most part, they're just soulless cash grabs. So I'm curious if this is any different, or if it actually is going to surprise me and be a decent racing game. I'm assuming it's kind of based on like the whole Need for Speed idea. Foxlight. Oh no, there's a spike trap. Okay. Well, we're off to a good start already. Free patrol, single mission, pursuit mode. Yeah, it's fine. I guess we'll try a single mission first. I don't know what free patrol is gonna be. I guess you just kind of like drive around and try to stop people.
In high-speed pursuits, police officers face danger at every turn. Training, preparation, and readiness are what give law enforcement the edge over reckless and dangerous criminals.
Oh.
A split second or wrong turn can mean the difference between life and death. Your first challenge here at the Police Academy will be to master control of a powerful police cruiser.
Power.
In this first training pass, you'll learn the basic handling of a standard police vehicle. Drive 2 laps within the given time limit. And if you knock over any object on the course, you will have to start again. Okay, rookie, step on it.
Any obstacle? Really? Alright, so this was released in 2001. Okay, there's my handbrake. The other is a handbrake. Oh.
Hey, careful.
Does that not count as an obstacle on the course? I don't know why they...
I told you not to hit anything.
Okay, no. So, the cones don't count as obstacles, but the ones that are actually directly mid-course do. I don't know if that's actually a handbrake. I think that's more of a... just my reverse. I think it kind of works like a handbrake, though. Now, let's try this one last time.
Step on it.
So I don't understand why it gives you the cinematic view option. That's just trash.
Hey, careful.
Okay, so only stuff that's actually mid-course count as obstacles that I can't hit.
I told you not to hit anything.
Or very particular ones, or a certain amount. I had only broken like 2 or 3 the first time. Okay, let's just jump into free patrol. Random time of day, random weather conditions. So you play as the police in this game, and not the people that are running from the police, which I can understand why they would want to do that, especially since it's Fox News Interactive. Or not news, but Fox Channel Interactive. Just associate them with Fox News. I'm gonna be an undercover cop. Well.
Don't let him get away.
There's people walking around too? Oh, they don't let you run them over though.
We lost him.
They just run out of the way. This ain't no Grand Theft Auto. And you can't knock over light poles either.
Go get him.
How do I apprehend him? Out of my way! My car's smoking, that's not very good. Definitely not a good sign. I got this.
We lost him.
So, as I thought, this game is not exactly the best.
We are in pursuit.
I can literally drive through them. They only run when you're going fast enough. Alright, what happens if I... Yep. So no explosion, just kind of bursts into flames. Okay. Let's try pursuit mode real quick. Ah! Alright, let's try pursuit mode real quick, and then we'll move on to another game.
In high-speed pursuits, police officers face danger at every turn.
Is this... Oh, this is just back to the mission? Oh, you know what pursuit mode probably is? It's probably story mode. It probably just shoves you through every mission back to back instead of having to choose them one at a time. Okay, I get... Oh. I have the ability to actually be a cop.
Hey, where are you going?
I was taking a shortcut. What is it to you? Okay. That's quite enough of that game. Let's try one of the larger, like the long box games that I have, because I think most of those should be actually on the earlier side of PlayStation's life cycle. So, I think most of the games I've played so far have actually been from like 98 or later. This one, however, is still rated kids to adults, so it's from earlier, definitely. 1995. Okay. Checking out a 95 game. Oh, I forgot I have Street Fighter Alpha. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try that one out next. It's also a long box, actually. And also from 1995. 1995? Or just 95 for short. Theme Park. Hooray. It's by Bullfrog Productions Limited.
Dad, I'm really bored.
What would you then?
Oh, God.
Good day to you. I'm the advisor, and I'm here to take you to a magical land. You first, lad. Friends can come too.
That dog is smart. That dog knows not to trust this weird guy that just shows up in the middle of your living room and teleports you away.
Go.
Oh man, the compression on this video too, it's so pixelated. Oh boy. Okay, maybe this game was not the best choice to play. Pretty sure it's just a typical theme park creation simulator. This intro cinematic is something else. Why does it sound like a huge group of people screaming? And it's the same noise over and over again. There's only 4 people. 3 people if you don't count the dog. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna spend too much time on this. What is my nickname? Big Boss. Because I'd much rather be playing Metal Gear Solid right now. So yes, there it is. Oh, you have to circle all the way around to the... Okay, my name, my park name, okay, sim level full, park visitors are happy, start level fine, first game, yes. Let's build in... Oh, I can only have enough for certain areas, so... United Kingdom, sure. Welcome to the theme park. I'm going to take you on a quick tour, which... No. Lay down a path. Left button. Display the... Why is that bus so loud? Okay. Build a ride. I guess we'll go for the bouncy castle. Oh, I can change the name and everything? Yeah! Yeah! Why are they saying yeah at me? Yeah! There we go. Okay. Well, this is certainly entertaining, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's basically what I expected it to be. Okay, I can holding down O and pressing start. There we go. Oh. So you can either go fully in or you can press the square to instantly... I'm gonna get Shark Man! Get a handyman. I don't understand why the music is like starting and stopping. They're like, my park name is just repeating on the front of it. Okay, this is absolutely mind-numbing. I can't take any more of this. I'm sure it's a great game for if you specifically want to play a theme park simulator, but in my experience, those are always usually best played on computer when you can use a mouse and keyboard and not have to worry about all this jankiness. Okay, so we're gonna move on. I'm pretty sure actually, so that's another kind of cool thing. Let's load this up. So yeah, I swapped out the disc. But because of the way, I don't know if this is actually the case with the original PlayStation, because I think the original PlayStation, I think you could still do it, but basically, with a lot of games, not all of them, but with some games, they actually were small enough that once they got loaded up into the system's random access memory, I think it was the random access memory. In some of the system's memory, once it read enough of the disk and it got the data into the internal memory of the system, you could continue playing it even if you swapped out the disk. At least until it needed to load more data from the disk, then it would tell you to insert it again. But like certain smaller games like this one, I'm sure, I could just continue playing this and building more. Why is my ride on fire? Oh, that's weird. Okay. Apparently it hasn't loaded all of the information I need to make the game functional. What's going on? Oh my god. The Revenge of the Atari. Why? So that's not... This is not what I expected at all. Oh man. Let's try to hire somebody actually real quick. Why is my mechanic just like eating instead of repairing this obviously broken bouncy castle? Can I build another ride? Oh god. Alright, I'm moving on to the next game before my entire PlayStation melts. I hit the triangle button and it just went blank screen, so I think it's trying to give me a sign to move along. Man, I did not expect that bouncy castle would turn into... And, like, the people walking around in the park, too. They all turned into, like... that force field from Yar's Revenge from our Atari episode. So yeah, certain games you could play without issues if you like got rid of the disc. Other games, actually, that was a big copyright protection issue as well with the PlayStation 1. And I think earlier versions of the PlayStation 2. Where you could basically pop in an actual PlayStation disc to get it to read the copyright aspect of it. So, like, it would basically start to boot up and be like, oh, yep, it's definitely a Sony PlayStation or PlayStation 2 disc. And then, if you were quick enough, you could swap out that disc with a burnt copy of whatever game you wanted to play and pirate, and because it's already skipped past the copyright protection aspect of things, it would allow you to play that game even if you didn't have a real copy of it.
Street Fighter Alpha.
Street Fighter Alpha. Don't know why they said that so weirdly, but okay. Yeah, let's keep that. Oh, okay, there's remix and original music. I'm not gonna mess with any of that. Let's do arcade mode real quick to get some fights in real quick. Got enough time for a handful of other games too. Charlie? Sodom? Birdie! Guy. I don't know, like, any of these people aside from... Oh, apparently it auto-chose Rose for me. Okay. I know Sagat, I know Ryu, I know Chun-Li, and Ken. I don't know any of the others. Guy named Sodom. Okay.
Round 1.
Surprise! Is there an unlockable character called Gamora? Like what? What is that? Come on. Oh, come on. How are you, Ken? I'm not Ken. I'm Rose. Stop calling me Ken. I'm fine though. Thank you. Oh God. So, she uses her scarf kind of similarly to, Doctor Strange and his cape. Ow. Whoa. So there doesn't seem to be any ability to run or move faster, like by double tapping. You just gotta. I almost got him. Almost had him.
Round 3.
Ow. Blocked my level 3 attack, you jerk! I don't even know how I managed to get it, but... Oh. There we go.
You win.
Okay. Today's lesson is over. Well, I guess this is my life now, playing as Rose. Kinda wish I had gotten a chance to actually pick which one I wanted to play as, but whatever. It's fine. Oh, come on. Oh man, I'm getting demolished. Oh, come on. Come on, come on. She doesn't really seem to have that good range. I botched that attack. Money just appear out of nowhere. Come on. Come on! Back off! Come on! No, 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 no! Oh, man! I was trying to get my level 3 attack to go off again. But just would not cooperate. One more down, on with the floor. Did that actually continue, or... Huh. Alright, let's give this one more try. See how far we get. And, I'll move on to some Tekken 2, I guess, after this. Go to another fighting game.
Round one.
But I have more. Oh wow, he's definitely slower. I feel like he takes more damage, or like he can tank more hits too. Like he's got more stamina.
One boom. Snake boom. Snake boom. Boom. Snake boom. Snake boom.
Did you say snake foo?
KO. No.
Snake food.
You win. Round two. Fight. Snake boom.
Why do you not do any special attacks? Come on. It'd probably help to understand what the buttons do instead of just trying to button mash.
Round three.
But oh well.
Snake boom. Snake boom. Snake boom. Snake boom.
Aha! Come on. Get him! Get him! Get him! There we go.
You win.
Okay.
Number one.
Weird. It's good to be back. I'm up against Rose next. In Italy. Alright, yeah, I think keep going with this one until I die, which shouldn't be too much longer.
Round one. Fight.
Oh, there's kitties in the background. Oh, close. Nice. Okay.
You win. Round two. Fight.
I'm purposefully trying to stay away from the RPGs too, for the most part, because there's just once you get into an RPG, it's mostly dialogue and story, and so they don't work that as well for the short format kind of style of things I'm going for in these videos, but I feel like, especially because of being CD-based system, the PlayStation and the PlayStation 2, especially at the time, really dominated the RPG market. More so than the Nintendo 64, or I feel like the Sega Saturn had some as well, but for the most part, like, I don't know, when I think about Sony PlayStation and Sony PlayStation 2, the first thing that comes to mind is just the sheer amount of different RPGs they had on their systems. I don't know if that's just because of that's the way I grew up seeing them, or if they do just have more role-playing games available than other consoles at the time. But, there is one RPG that I think I might end on, only because there's a very specific glitch I want to show off before I end the stream tonight. So I think I'm gonna go to Tekken after this. I keep winning, so I'm not sure exactly how long that'll take. But I'm gonna go into Tekken after this, and then I'm gonna probably finish up with that. It's one of the Final Fantasy games on Final Fantasy Anthology, I think. I might also actually do a very quick showing of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 as well, so we have some sort of comparison, because I do have Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 for both Nintendo 64 and GameCube, so I'll probably do that before the night's over as well. Yeah, Chun, will you stop that? How do you grab? I feel severely handicapped right now because I can't use, like, oh! I used one, I don't know how I did it though. Can't get, like, any of my special attacks to work. You lose. Well, there it is. You don't have the skill to beat me. Yeah, you're probably right, Chun-Li. I probably don't. But you know what I do have the skill to beat? Some butt in Tekken 2. I've always been more of a Tekken player than a Street Fighter player. To be honest. I don't know why, I just like the control style of the Tekken games. Mortal Kombat even, it's alright, but it's not my favorite. I've always been more into Tekken and Soul Calibur as well. Tekken, Soul Calibur. I do also like, from what I remember playing of it, Virtua Fighter, which was a Sega arcade port, I believe, which actually, it's another little bit of PlayStation trivia, is since Sony didn't have any arcade franchises or properties to really pull from, or like any, like, because they were just starting out in the whole video gaming market, they actually had some exclusive partnerships with, like, Namco and a few other arcade-based developers. Because they, unlike Sega and Nintendo, they didn't have any arcade franchises of their own. Why is it so... I feel like this disc is just extremely scratched up. I think that's the issue. So they had to really partner with other companies to provide the software for their very first hardware console. And because of them having the CD-based hardware that could do more than the cartridge-based stuff at the time, they actually got a lot of exclusive deals and a lot of developers to really start porting games and creating games for their console compared to like Nintendo, like EA and all those really jumped on what Sony could offer them, especially because it was cheaper and a little bit easier to try to design games for this console instead of like for the cartridges based stuff that was out. Alright. Let's Yoshimitsu it up real quick.
Round 1. Fight!
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, I guess, after this. Man, my Yoshimitsu is really rusty. Should have chosen a different character.
You win. Round 2.
I'm not gonna go for like a full 3 hours like I did last night. But I don't know why the audio is getting kind of weird like that. Starting to remember a little bit of the muscle memory.
You win.
It's coming back to me, slowly but surely.
Round 1.
I guess, oh man, there's so many games I really need to. I would like to play for this more than I have time to do, because I have stuff I gotta take care of after I'm done with this stream. I might show off Twisted Metal 4 real quick as well. I think the RPG, I should have a saved game that I can show off that glitch without having to start from the beginning. So that won't take as long as I initially thought it would, hopefully. Oh, come on. Hi, Hachi.
Final round. Fight.
I'm so used to the control schemes of the newer Tekkens as well. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit. Not nearly as fluid as... Wow!
You continue. 7, 4, 2. Game over.
Alright. Give this one more match with a character that's not quite as difficult to use as Yoshimitsu. Or if the game's gonna freeze on me, maybe not. It certainly looks like it froze on me. That's perfectly fine. Because that means I can jump right into Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. That was a really short one, but I'm running low on time, and if the game does not want to cooperate, I'm not going to try to force it to. It's just how it works. Sometimes you just gotta let things go. Just let it go. Let it go. Don't care about when games don't work. Alright. Let's do this. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Twist 4. Actually, let me find that anthology game too. Oh yeah. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I really miss the Neversoft games. Oh. Huh. That's gonna be copyright issues. I didn't even think of that. Not that I care that much, I just really don't want the video to get restricted. Like, I don't mind if they run ads on it. And I don't mind if I can't monetize it. What I mind is when they try to block you from viewing it in other areas, so... Unfortunately, for the sake of safety, I'm gonna... Actually, are there options for the display that are worthwhile? Okay, nope. Matt Hoffman, though. Is he a biker or something, I think? Alright. Well, let's single session it up. I'm erring on the side of caution and muting the music because it's a lot of copyrighted stuff, so... Which is a shame because the music is like the best part of these games. Honestly. Oh, it feels so empty without the music. Alright. When it comes to Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 for the N64 and for the GameCube, well, for the N64, definitely it's not as much of an issue because with the N64, since it's cartridge-based, they can't fit the entire songs onto the cartridge. So a lot of the songs are basically butchered and edited down into, like, short repeating clips. But even with the GameCube version, I actually happen to know most of the songs, even though they're copyrighted, it's not going to be much of an issue. There's like one song I just have to make sure doesn't play. And, and as long as that one song doesn't play, it shouldn't be an issue with getting restricted. It'll just be a, oh, you can't monetize your video thing. I just don't know which songs in this game are gonna do that. Okay, so that's interesting. One thing I forgot about the second Tony Hawk Pro Skater compared to number 3 is that when you grind, it doesn't actually tell you how close you are to falling over. It just kind of makes you assume based on your positioning. So normally there's like a bar that kind of pops up and allows you to tell how close you are to wiping out. Ow. Yeah, I think in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, it's a Ramones song. Is it the Ramones, or is it, I don't know. There's one song I know in particular that I can't use. The rest of them shouldn't be too much of an issue, because I'm not really planning on monetizing these anyway. But, I keep trying to do, reverts when I land so I can combo the tricks more. But that's not in this game. Oh. Well, definitely not the best score I've ever gotten. But, not horrible. The Invisible Man. Okay. Well, since that's all the levels I have unlocked for this, and because I'm really disappointed in not being able to listen to the music, I think that should work as enough of a comparison in terms of graphics between what the PlayStation offers compared to what next week the N64 is able to do when it comes to Tony Hawk, and then eventually both well, I have multiple Tony Hawk games for multiple systems, so you'll be able to see a progression throughout the weeks into what each system is capable of handling and rendering. So with that, I'm going to move on to Twisted Metal 4 real quick. I'm going to double check on the anthology for Final Fantasy and see if that'll allow me to do that glitch real quick. And I might throw in a bonus game after that, just real quick, like...
At its head was a man surrounded by
I haven't quite decided exactly which one, though.
As Calypso.
I'm torn between Metal Gear Solid, the original Metal Gear Solid, because I do have Metal Gear for a different system, or something of the sort with, like...
One day, this carnival came to
Blasto, maybe even Brave Fencer Musashi. I think I'm gonna go with Metal Gear, though.
Anything he had seen before. In it, contestants would battle in vehicles of their choosing for a chance of winning a mysterious prize. Some said this prize was a single wish, anything the victor could possibly desire. But they also say that the stakes for playing were high. The cost of losing one's immortal soul. My master also tells me he did not start life out as a clown. He was once a boy. A boy who dreamt of fire, destruction,
fire,
and twisted metal. Word of the deadly traveling show spread like the plague.
So this is one of those games that I do actually have memories with from the system, because even though I never owned a Sony PlayStation or anything but like Nintendo myself as a kid, I did have friends that did. So I do have memories of playing, I think it was Resident Evil Veronica, or Resident Evil Code Veronica, I played a little bit of. I played a lot of this multiplayer over at my friend's house when I was younger. I feel like that's mostly it, though, unless there's other games that I can't really think of. I played a bunch of the Tony Hawk games, but I feel like a lot of those were either on the original Xbox or the Nintendo 64 when I played them, when I was younger at least.
Desire turns into envy.
Okay. For sake of time, let's just skip through that real quick. Oh hey, it's a loading bar that loads down for some reason. And yeah, I wasn't lying about those load times, guys. It's not on every game, but on the games it's on. Oh, that's weird glitchiness at the bottom for some reason that I'm not really sure why. Well, anyway. I think tournament is basically just deathmatch, but... Let's do that one. Construction yard. Rise above the pain. Master the crane. Alright, I forget how to play this. Whoa. Alright. So, like, this one allows you to use the analog stick as long as you have the analog button pressed on the controller. You don't have to use the control pad. I feel like some of the other ones probably would have as well. I just forgot to try, and I forgot to actually have the analog button pressed so that it would allow me to even use it. Okay, so one thing that really annoys me about this game is, for some reason, triangle is reverse. Why is my car flipping out like that? What was that about? So X is to go forward, and triangle is to reverse. I don't understand why they wouldn't have circle be reverse. Because circle is to look behind you. Even though they could have used... I don't know. Anything else? Oh, shoot. I just realized that's also copyright. Damn it! It took me a second for it to really register. Like, oh, hey, that's Rob Zombie. That's currently blasting in my eardrums. And I really like it. But I don't want my shit to get copyrighted. Alright. Oh, almost. Oh, right, and you double tap for turbo. That's right. Okay, another thing that kind of annoys me about this game, especially playing it now compared to when I was younger. When I was younger, I didn't really care as much because, like, it was me and a few friends all playing at the same time and, like, having a good rip-roaring laughter about everything. Whereas now, really? You're gonna be a jerk and decide to do that to me? I'm gonna die soon. Oh, I'm almost dead. I need to find stuff. Anyways, it's really, really difficult to accurately aim like 90% of your weapons. That was really loud too when I died. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Well, that was something. I do like how you can use turbo going backwards. Come on, shoot him! I've got an empty inventory to go get other items. Oh good, I'm on fire. No! Wow, these guys take a lot of damage too. There we go. Alright, where is everybody? Oh, there we go. I burned to death. Good. Alright, there's 2 enemies left. Once I kill these 2, they're both almost dead. Well, one of them's almost dead. That one's dead now. Oh, I'm on fire again. I don't like that. Yeah, once I... Ooh, not where I wanted to go. That was super discombobulating. Alright. Once I kill Captain Grimm, I'm swapping over to Final Fantasy and glitch hunting. Where is he? There you are. Oh, stop flipping me backwards and making me go places I don't want to go. Oh, come on, come on. Come on! Where'd he go? Oh, he's that way. Ah! Alright. Is he invisible? I think he was. Alright, he's almost dead. I gotta... Ow. That was not an item at all. That was a explosive barrel. Oh my god, these controls are really weird now compared to like what I'm used to from other games. Oh, good. There's a final person to battle. Crusher. This guy could take a while. Hold on. Oh, come on. Wow, Slope, would you cooperate, please? Oh, God. Shoot him! There you are. Oh, that was close. Oh, come on, I hit myself. Wow, yeah. Your normal bullets do not do anything to this guy. Alright, we're almost there. I am trapped in the wall. I literally cannot move backwards or forwards. And I'm firing outside of the... Well then. Okay. That's cool, game. I'm pretty sure he disappeared after I shot him with the fire thing. He just kind of like straight up vanished. Come on, come on. Alright, he's almost dead. Where'd he go? These walls definitely like to have their way with you. Yay! Oh man, I finally did it. Alright. Well, that's it for Twisted Metal. I'm trying to remember exactly which Final Fantasy it was that had the glitch on this disc. So I can make sure. Let's see. Final Fantasy V. Okay. That's the one. Good. That's what I thought. So, it's not anything super crazy, but it's just something that I know about the PlayStation. At least with this specific game. This specific game on the PlayStation, this port of it, I guess, at least, had this weird little quirk to it. I like how the design is still, is similar, is actually, like, shows you that, yes, it's a PlayStation 1 disc by having it colored the same way the actual discs are. Yeah, so this one actually had very specific glitch where it had an issue with saving the game. It would save the game fine, but it would make things look super odd. So, get a little bit of the intro cinematic real quick. Not much, but a little bit. Okay, that's enough of that. Final Fantasy V, originally released in 1992, and then remastered onto this anthology. Oh hey, a little chocobo. So yeah. Remastered onto this anthology collection. When they put it on to the disc, the version they did, for some reason, when you save the game, hopefully it'll do it right. Huh. Maybe not. Maybe I have to load a later file, because I don't think it started having that issue until later on in the game. Alright, let's try reloading the other one real quick and see if that actually works. If not, I've done this all for nothing and it's been a waste of time. But I remember the first time I got to that point where it did this, that I got very confused. Forgot the original Metal Gear Solid was rated M for mature. I guess I can see why, but well, I guess technically the original Metal Gear Solid was actually on the NES. The PlayStation Metal Gear Solid is kind of a reboot, I think? I'm not entirely sure about that, but okay. So one. Got a little bit farther here. Why? Whoa, that guy just did a little jig. Fancy. What time is it anyway? Ooh, much later than I originally thought it was. Okay. Yeah. let's try this again. Come on, are you gonna cooperate? Nope. Apparently not. Well, that's disappointing. Can't save there. So apparently it doesn't do it all the time. It has this issue where when you save at certain points, for some reason, it completely glitches out this entire menu and makes everybody, like, changes everybody's sprites to a later like sprites from later on in the game, as well as changes the entire menu screen and changes everything to like Japanese. I don't understand why it's not doing it right now, but unfortunately I don't have the time to try to figure it out. Well, you know what, screw it. Yeah, let's keep going for a little bit longer. Maybe I'll get it to actually work. Wind Shrine. Princess Reina. What on earth happened? Wind stopped suddenly. The monsters attacked the shrine. Where's my father? His Highness went to the top floor, but hasn't yet returned. Yeah, so this glitch was actually fixed in the Player's Choice re-release of the Final Fantasy Anthology. But, and apparently it doesn't really affect the game in terms of gameplay at all. Like, it doesn't corrupt your data or mess with anything. And, like, if you leave the save screen or the menu, it'll usually reset it back to normal. But it was so weird looking the first time I actually encountered it that it really stood out to me. I don't think any of us really have magic yet. I don't think we have anything to equip either. No, okay. Let's try this one last time. If it doesn't work this time... Save here. Huh. Unless I'm just doing it wrong. Let's try the memo save, actually. Or it might involve actually actively saving to a different slot, like a free block. That's kind of cute. If you try to save somewhere that doesn't have a memory card, it makes them all fall over. Alright, well, unfortunately, I can't show that off tonight. If later on I happen to get it running and, like, figure out why it wasn't working, I might revisit this in the PlayStation 2 episode. I doubt it, but it's very annoying to me that it didn't work. Okay, last game of the night before I call the stream. Let's do some Metal Gear Solid. I forgot to just... And while this is booting up, I guess I'll start thinking about my top games for the system. Like I said, I haven't really had too much personal experience with the system. especially compared to the Nintendo consoles I've played. But I feel like Resident Evil, that whole franchise really needs to be, especially because of how, like, be in the top 3 for me, because of how much I love horror games to begin with, and the horror genre, and how much that survival horror owes to the Resident Evil games, as well as Silent Hill, actually. So that's one we haven't played tonight because I unfortunately don't own it for PlayStation 1 legally. But I want to say my top game. So here's the top 3. Quick and simple, easy. Number 1, Silent Hill.
On Shadow Moses
because of how much I, 1, love that franchise, and 2, love the horror genre to begin with. So Silent Hill is definitely going to be my number 1. Even though it's not my favorite in the Silent Hill franchise in its entirety, that would probably go to Silent Hill 2. But that's a PlayStation 2 game, so we'll get to that in a different episode. So number 1, Silent Hill. Number 2, I'm gonna go with Resident Evil
Chief Donald Anderson and the President of Armstech, Kenneth Baker.
Yeah, I'll go with Resident Evil 2.
Both are being held as hostages.
Because I also very much enjoy that franchise, and
terrorists have the ability
I feel like
to make a nuclear strike.
The first one was good,
if they do.
but
what's the insertion method?
The voice acting really put me out of it, and then I don't know. I feel like it just kind of. I enjoyed the second and the third more, but
thereon you'll have to swim.
For my second top game slot is going to be the Resident Evil series, with a foot mark on Resident Evil 2 in specific.
Foxhound, your former unit, and one that I was a commander of.
So there's
for number 3.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity.
I never finished the entire game, so it kind of feels like cheating. But from what I played of it, I really enjoyed it.
Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and
I'm gonna have to go with Parasite Eve.
Decoy Octopus.
I've never played the second game, so I'm not sure if I would like that one more. And I never got a chance to completely finish the first. But I played more of it than I played of Earthbound, which is why I'm not considering it like Earthbound. I wasn't able to. I hadn't played enough of it to be like, yes, this is one of my top favorite games. Parasite Eve, I have a good idea of how much I enjoy that game. So I'm gonna go with Silent Hill for slot number 1. Slot number 2, Resident Evil franchise, specifically Resident Evil 2 if I have to choose one. And number 3, Parasite Eve. So,
don't expect any official support.
That said, leave any comments on what your favorite top 3 games for the original PlayStation were in the comments down below. Follow us on Twitter, which is also a link is in the description. Follow us on Twitter and tag us in a post there to let us know what your favorite top 3 games are. Feel free to leave any stories, any of your favorite stories or memories of the PlayStation 1 down below in the comments as well. You guys probably have more of them than I do. But on that note, I'm gonna play a very brief little bit of Metal Gear Solid. I do really enjoy this game, but I feel like because of how much I enjoy the horror genre, that's why the 3 games I chose for my top 3 ended up making it in there above this or some other games that I really enjoy for this system as well.
Stay alert. It'll be through here. I know it. I'm going to swat down a couple
I almost did another 3-hour stream. Holy crap. Man, I just get carried away when I'm playing old retro games. I think part of it too is just that I have so many of them that I feel like I kind of owe it to my collection to try to play through as many of them as I can and at least showcase some of them. Because I've only played through a fraction of what I have access to, and there's a lot of them that are RPGs, so they'd be way too slow in getting started.
What's the situation, Snake?
Even the non-RPG ones, I have
the only way up. Just
way
as
too
I
many.
Expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface, but make sure.
Make sure nobody sees you. Okay. Yep. Stuff and things. Voice acting that isn't horribly compressed like some of the other games. Alright. That's not a chest, that's a barrel in the water. It looks like a chest from here. Wow, it looks super dark on the stream compared to what I can see. I don't understand why. So, that's unfortunate.
Snake, you have to crawl to get through there. First, crouch down by pressing the crawl button, and then use the directional button to crawl in the direction you want.
Be careful, though. Crawling is slow and you can't attack when you're doing it either.
You can stand up by pressing the crawl button again.
Okay. That worked out better than I thought it was going to. Damn it.
Snake, there's an elevator there you can take up to the ground. You'll just have to wait for the elevator to come down. You better hide somewhere.
I probably shouldn't have attacked this guy. I thought I could, like, knock him out. Well, I'm dead. There's gotta be some sort of way to knock him out completely. Snake! Okay. Let's play just a little bit more. Ration. Because I'm a completionist and I want to pick up everything. There's got to be a button that I can press, like when I sneak up on people. Yeah. Oh no! Ah, damn it. I ran directly into his line of sight. Oh man, I don't have the patience or the time to be doing stealth games, unfortunately, right now. So, it is with a heavy heart that I'm gonna say I'm calling the stream here. I almost made it to 3 hours. I'm 15 minutes shy of 3 hours, which is what I wasn't trying to do. But I got a little carried away like I did with last night's stream. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. And like I said before, in the description, there's a link to our Twitter. You can follow us there for random updates, random trivia, random throwbacks Thursdays, and things like that, as well as to just interact with us. There is a link to the poll that will allow you to try to choose what Nintendo 64 games you want to see us play this upcoming Friday. And that's open until this next Wednesday, the 21st, at 10 p.m. Eastern. So you have plenty of time to get over there and try to tell us and let us know exactly which games you're interested in watching. And other than that, you've heard our favorite, well, my favorite three games for the PlayStation that I could think of off the top of my head. So make sure you comment down below exactly what your top 3 games for the system are, as well as any of your memories or your favorite stories involving the PlayStation 1. And on that note, I will see you guys on the next video. Have a great night. Bye.